Hi, so we're all stuck at home doing video conferencing with Zoom or Skype or Messenger, and a lot of us are using this, a phone for camera and for displaying the rest of the video conference. So have you ever found yourself in doing this or this or this? Well, you deserve better, and let me show you how you can improve your video conference like a pro. So, phones were really not made for video conferencing. In fact, their design, their ergonomics, is exactly the opposite of what should be. I mean, these are basically just slates of glass and metal, and they are incredibly slippery. You know how many people broke their screen exactly because it's very easy to let go and drop it. And there is no point of contact, nothing that can be used for supporting the phone. Now, I'm using a case for protection and the pop socket, but really, this is hardly a support system. And when you are in a video conferencing or any kind of video feature, you do need to keep that phone, that camera, because this is your camera now. You need to keep it stable, okay? Otherwise, you're going to induce motion sickness on people, or you're going to end up with absolutely unflattering angles. And I see that people don't pay attention to their angle. We will talk about that maybe in another video, but you really have to pay attention to what's happening inside your frame, not looking at other people, but inside your frame, because this is what the other people will see. So how do we fix this issue? But in a very, very simple way, having a good support for the phone. Now, you could spend hours and hours browsing Amazon for something like that. I did that for you. And I found actually that something that works remarkably well is actually very inexpensive. There is this bracket here, which is a clamp for your phone that provides a tripod support, a tripod attachment. Okay, you see this screw here? We will see in a second what that does. So first of all, this is a clamping system. I prefer this much more than the one with the springs, the spring-loaded system, for two reasons. First of all, with the springs, you have a dilemma. Either the spring is incredibly strong, so you'll be struggling like crazy, making your phone flying away, or by touching all the buttons and turning it on and pushing the camera possibly. It's really not a very convenient system. The other option is that the spring is not that strong, and then your phone possibly will fall off. Now, this clamp here is designed to turn the knob, and you can easily loosen the knob, adjust the position of the phone, and it stays stable where it is. Okay, there is a little lip here that is designed to really catch the phone, and this works very easily for either the iPhone or Android phones. So it's a very good system. It's very easy to use. The other option here is the knob in the back that you can use to rotate the phone, and so you can shoot horizontally or vertically. Now, I generally suggest to shoot horizontally for two reasons. First of all, I would say, most of the screens in the world historically have been made wider than taller. Your TV, your computer screen, your laptop, whatever you see at the movie theater, they are larger than taller. And so I noticed that in something like a video conference on Zoom, most people are connecting with either a laptop or a computer, or they use something like this, a supported phone. And in fact, you will see the frame being wider than taller. Now, there are times when you want to cut out part of your background, and so in that case, going vertical is absolutely a good choice. But normally, the reason why we're using the phones in this way is because they are designed to be held more conveniently vertically than horizontally, and so people automatically start doing this. But really, once you have a support, you can use any orientation that you want. And so horizontal it is for me. Now that we have this bracket, you can see this threaded hole here. This is where the tripod adapter, the tripod plate, is mounted. Now, if you never use a tripod, let me show you what I mean. So there is this very simple gizmo, and this is very inexpensive. It's about $25 if you never use the tripod. Let me show you the advantages of having one. You can tilt the head, you can turn the head, and you can adjust the height through the crank. This is a very lightweight tool, and it provides a good support for you. You can move it anywhere you want. And there is another trick. This is a pro tip. Instead of widening the legs all the way, you can actually keep them a little closer together so that the tripod actually has a smaller footprint. And so it becomes much easier to move around and keep even in narrow corners. So let me show you how this is done. We have our bracket, our mount, and here at the bottom there is the threaded hole. So this is the plate that comes with a tripod, okay? And here is the equivalent bolt screw. And so we're gonna just put it together here, very, very simply, like this. And at the bottom of the plate, there is where you grab the screw here. There is this little flap. Now, like with anything, you want it to be really nice and snug, but don't start like cranking like crazy because you might end up breaking things. It doesn't require much force. Just make it really snug. Now you have your bracket with the tripod plate, and you just snap it. Either way, the beauty of this is can go either way. And now you have your supported phone. And let me show you a great trick that you can do with your tripod. Of course, you could flip the cameras front and back and do all that work, but in addition to flipping the camera to the rear-facing camera, now you can loosen the knob here at the head of the tripod, and then you can just pan it, and it stays perfectly stable vertically. It doesn't tilt, it doesn't create any motion sickness, and you can show around, you can show your house, you can show your garden, you can show your kitty cat, you can show anything you want, and do it again with a steady hand and creating a very nice, pleasant video experience. But I know what you're saying. Paolo, I don't use a phone for video conferencing. It's too small, it's too difficult to handle. I use a tablet because I see a larger image. I got you covered. Here is a bracket that does exactly the same thing, but for a tablet. And so, same concept. Again, there is a threaded hole here, so you can see where you attach your tripod plate. And again, this is a very inexpensive bracket. I have the link down in the description, and it will work with a lot of different tablets. Apple, Android, I even tried it with an Apple iPad Pro, the 12.9 inch model, it will work. Now, with the big ones, you really have to be a little more careful, but for a standard tablet, this is fantastic. So a little tripod goes a long way. The clamp, I think, is about $9 and some change. The tripod is about 25 bucks. I have the links to both products in the description below. So I hope this will help you improve your video experience. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you will get notifications when new tips will be published. I'm Paolo for the People's Tech channel. Thank you for watching. Ciao.